Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of MMA and Coffee. On this episode, it's predictions for UFC 220. All right, man, we're starting off 2018 with heavyweight fight and light heavyweight.
On the same card.
Same card.
I love it. Historically, these are two of the most exciting weight classes. I know they're not, light heavyweight especially is not in a great place right now. And let's talk about that.
All right, so first fight we're going to talk about is Daniel Cormier against Volkan.
Who?
Right.
This guy came out of nowhere last year, went on a streak, beat everyone put up in front of him against him, and now he's fighting for the title.
Not just beat him, knocked him out.
Yeah, like you
First
talk about
round.
the breakthrough fighter of the year, that's him. That's who it was.
Went from no one to
Not
fight
even
for
in the UFC.
You know what? I wonder though. Some of this has to do with his performance, and then the fact that
The division's
weak
because Cormier beat everyone.
Because Jones and Cormier beat everyone. So
yeah, all that's left is a rematch for Gus.
We need new faces for the title shot.
Yep.
What do you think about this fight?
Now, I mean, obviously, I'm Cormier, right? So I'm going to end up picking. But this is what I think is interesting about it. Volkan's a little bit different than, like everyone's like, oh, he can't knock him out. Rumble couldn't knock Cormier out. Well, Volkan, I don't think has as much raw power as Rumble does, but he has angles, man. He cuts angles a whole lot different. Like, Rumble's just kind of in your face and just throws what he can.
I would say
Volkan's a little bit trickier. He picks his shots better.
I would say, though, Rumble's the athletic freak.
Yeah.
He's athletic and explosive, whereas Volkan, he's knocking people out like in the pocket. Really close,
Volkan
short
reminds
punches.
me kind of like if you watch old George Foreman fights or like when Shane Carwin fought, it'd be like something that just kind of like real short. Like he'd come in at an angle like that, like real close. Didn't even really look like it should knock him out, and then they're just done.
Which is interesting because we know that's where Cormier is going to take the fight.
So yeah, exactly. In the clinch, he might catch him in the clinch. Like if Volkan wins the fight, it's going to be by knockout. I will say that.
And it's going to be early.
And it will be early. As the fight goes on, if it keeps going on, I think Volkan's going to be gassed and wore out, and I think Cormier might finish him.
Yeah, finish him submission.
Yeah,
or TKO on the ground. To me, this fight is really the first round. The first round, we're going to find out.
The X factor is if Cormier still has his chin after getting knocked out, or how much did he sit out long enough to recover all the way? Is he going to be the same? Because after you get knocked out, you never know. Like, can he take a shot like he used to? Because if Rumble hit him now, could he still eat it? We don't know.
So I'll give a good example, and it's recent. Michael Bisping gets dropped by a left punch by GSP.
Yeah.
He fights really soon, and Kelvin
way too soon.
Knocks him out.
Yeah.
Same left punch, same spot.
Yeah.
So in this fight, I don't see Volkan throwing head kicks, but the fact of the matter is Cormier did go out, and if we don't know how if he's waited long enough, or if he's been.
It was longer than Bisping waited. Granted, a lot longer than that.
But we don't know if he went right back to sparring and taking physical contact. We don't know if he really took long enough to let the brain heal. So this fight's really, we're going to find out. In my opinion, I thought Cormier had a great chin. But now that he's coming off a finished loss, and then his next fight's a knockout guy, we're going to see, can he still take a punch?
Yeah.
And,
I do think he'll get tagged at least once.
Right.
I do think Volkan's going to tag him.
Right. And so we're going to find out if his chin's still good, or maybe he came back too soon, or maybe
he gets rocked and still wins and recovers. Like, maybe it's still okay. Maybe it's just not quite as good as it was, but he's not, it's not gone. We don't know.
Well, here's another thing we need to talk about, too.
That's the X factor.
Here's another thing we need to talk about, too. Cormier doesn't have that many more fights left in him.
No, he doesn't.
In my opinion, if he gets away through this fight without getting knocked out, he should retire. That's my opinion.
I don't know about that.
That's my opinion. I mean, he's beaten everyone else. All his fights are going to be rematches.
I'd like to see him go back to heavyweight. I'd like to see him finish his career at heavyweight. I think it'd be interesting.
Well, if he goes at heavyweight with people like Stipe,
which is a great transition,
with Stipe and Ngannou, the guys we're about to talk about next, I think it's even more dangerous for him. I'm just
It's
saying.
more dangerous. This makes it exciting, man.
No, I'm just saying if you're looking out for Cormier's best health and you're not wanting him to take unnecessary.
I don't think he needs to take a lot of fights, but
damage.
I think he's got a couple years left before he calls it. He'll probably fight 3 or 4 more times.
That's probably what he's going to do, but I wouldn't suggest it.
I mean, he hasn't taken a lot of damage yet, so it's hard to say. Like, if he ends up taking a lot of damage in this fight, maybe you think about it.
I just know fighters never leave when they should. They always stay way too late.
That's the nature of the business.
All right, so prediction is, in my opinion, it just depends on Cormier's chin. If his chin's good, he should win.
That and Vulcan's gas tank, because we're assuming Cormier can outwork him, but we honestly have no idea.
Right.
We're just guessing based on what we've seen Cormier do to other people. We hadn't seen Vulcan in a 5-round fight, so we don't know how good his gas tank is.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Cormier though. I think a late finish.
I think the safe bet is Cormier. He should be able to take him down. He should be able to grind it out and get another win. The X factor is, can he still take a punch?
Yep.
So that's our prediction. Next fight.
These killers you're talking about that Cormier would need to take down.
Yeah.
This is man. I don't remember the last time that a heavyweight champ had won like 4 fights in a row by a first round knockout and felt like the underdog. Like, it's weird, man. It's just, that says, like, the way Francis knocks people out, that just speaks volumes about how violent his knockouts are.
The problem with this is you just can't get hit by him.
No.
Maybe later in the fight when his power is kind of gone and he's tired, but first round, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Man, it's dangerous. I think a lot of people are counting Stipe out.
They are.
If he somehow pulled it off, wouldn't be surprised because, in my opinion, he is the best right now.
We haven't seen much from Francis, man. We haven't really seen how he reacts to getting hit.
No one can even take a punch. That's the problem.
We don't know how he reacts to getting hit. I remember the same vibe. I mentioned him already, but Shane Carwin had the same feel. He was just knocking everyone out, and then he lost. Like, he got taken out of the first round and he lost.
Well, he lost.
So
he lost when he fought someone who could take a punch.
Yeah.
Or he couldn't finish.
Someone that could survive.
Or he couldn't finish.
Yeah.
Thing is, Stipe's never been finished, but in his last fight, he did get dropped.
Yeah.
It's been a while though.
And I think if he gets hit by Ngannou, he's not getting dropped. He's done. If Stipe gets hit, and that's my biggest problem with Stipe in this fight. He gets hit, and this isn't a guy you can afford to get hit by.
Only thing is, I'll say though, Stipe is really good at movement. When he's getting hit, he's moving away from the punches. I don't think we're going to see him get caught like Overeem did with his head down and stuff. But I do see them exchanging, and it just depends if can Ngannou take his punch and can he take his.
Heavyweight's the hardest thing to predict. It really is.
Because anyone can knock out anyone in that division.
This is the other thing I don't like about Stipe's resume. He's got these knockouts in a row, and it's like all-time great names, but they're not at their all-time point of their career.
They're not at their best. I mean, we can say, Junior is not at his best.
He's not at his best.
He's downhill. We could say
Andre was not at his best at all.
I mean, knocking out Overeem at this point.
Francis just did the same thing to get the title shot.
Who hasn't?
I mean, Werdum's probably his best win in that streak, but
even then, he fought him stupid.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? I hate to sit there and say that and try to take away from Stipe's run because his run's still impressive.
I just feel like it's subjective though.
But if you look at the heavyweight division, it's a lot of old fighters.
Yeah.
They've all been knocked out. They're all he's like the only one who hasn't.
This is the first time he's fighting someone that's been around for about as long as he has. He's actually been around longer. This is probably the first guy he's fought in the last 2 years that he's actually been fighting for longer. So, look.
Who you got?
Look, I really like Stipe. I think he's been fun, and I hope this is a good fight. But dude, it's just like Ngannou, and then he's trying to go for this cursed record. I just feel like there's too many things against him. If he pulls it off, if he wins this, then Stipe is truly in the argument for greatest of all time at heavyweight. That's all I can say. And if he does it, I mean, there's a lot of X factor here. I'm going with Francis, man. He just feels like he's gonna be the champ. I don't know. It's weird. Like, Maybe I'll be wrong. It'll be a fun recap, I'm sure.
I'll say this, if anyone who has a chance to beat Ngannou, it is Stipe. He's looked the best out of anyone else.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can take his punch.
This is the best heavyweight title fight this is the most hyped I've been for a heavyweight title fight since the first Junior and King fight. Like, seriously. This is going to be great.
Or the rematch.
Well, just the first one I think it was on Fox. First one on Fox. But this is the biggest heavyweight title fight in a long time either way. And I'm ready. I'm excited, man.
You know what? I'm going to just be different. I'm going to pick Stipe.
Yeah.
You pick Ngannou.
Yeah, okay.
I do believe Ngannou, if he lands one punch, he can end the fight. I'm going to just say Stipe for one. I think if anyone can beat him, it's
He's
him.
The guy. And vice versa, really.
And no one's really, I feel like a lot of people are counting Stipe out. I mean, even you can tell that the UFC wants Ngannou to win.
Yeah.
The way they're promoting this. Yeah. So I kind of have to go for the underdog. I'm going to go with Stipe.
Which is oddly the champion with 2 title defenses.
You know what? I don't know if Stipe finishes him, but I do think he beats him up. If that's how he wins. I don't know if he knocks him out.
If that's how it goes, then no one expects that, really.
I think, you know what?
But it very well could with Stipe's
You know what? I think
style.
what's going to happen is Stipe survives. He gets Ngannou tired, and he outpoints him, beats him up. But because Ngannou's never been knocked out and he's still young to the sport, I think he could take those punches. Whereas Verdum and Overeem, they've all been beat up so much. I don't think they can take Stipe's punches. I think Ngannou might be able to.
The thing that I hope that happens either way in the aftermath of this is that I hope Kane finally comes back and fights one of these guys. Because that would be great.
Man.
It's going to be a good fight.
This is a good card.
It really is.
I'm excited about it.
The 2 title fights are a good card. There's a reason we're only talking about them too.
Don't say it.
We're not advertisers for the UFC.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we thought about these 2 fights. What do you think? Who do you think's going to win? How do you think they're going to win? Let us know in the comments below. See y'all next time.